create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
If you look at the membership lists of the Bohemian Grove and the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Group, a lot of the key level people are overlapping and are involved in numerous groups.
Invisible Empire, a new world order defined. 18 months in the making here in our studios in Austin, Texas. We set out with Jason-Bermas and our team to make a film designed to educate the general public about the history of the New World Order. I know that tens of millions of you worldwide are aware of global government, aware of the New World Order, aware of the eugenicists, and you understand their game plan. But the general public is not aware. They know something is wrong in the world. They're ready to listen. There is an awakening happening, and this film will accelerate that awakening. The Pentagon has said that 90% of the war is information. We understand that. We have the truth. The globalists have the lies. We go past the puppets directly to the true power structure of this planet. What makes them tick, what their goals are, how they control societies, how they use roundtable groups, front groups to control government, how they ship in narcotics. We've had a criminal corporate takeover of the United States and every other major industrialized country on the planet. The globalists, in their own words, calling for a planetary tyranny, how they control governments through continuity of government, through emergency dictatorship. I want to thank all of our supporters who over the years have made everything we do here possible. We have had a giant effect globally, and much of that credit goes to you out there. So I want to thank my supporters in advance who are going to get this film and get it out to everyone. The power to bring down the New World Order is in your hands, and a key weapon in this fight is Invisible Empire. Invisible Empire is perfect, not just to make copies on DVD and give to your friends and family, but to have viewing parties and screenings, to make this an event in your business, your household, your church, so that people understand exactly what's happening in our world. It is up to us who understand what's happening with the New World Order to get out there and to warn everyone we know. The ball is in your court. If the population is conscious of how the globalists are controlling society and what their end game is, we can bring them down. You can go to Infowars.com and purchase Invisible Empire today, ladies and gentlemen. It premieres the 15th of April at PrisonPlanet.tv, and the DVDs begin to ship out a few days before that. So if you want to get the DVD with the expanded extras and get it in the highest quality and support the filmmakers, go to Infowars.com and order Invisible Empire today. And we're begging you, we're not authorizing you, we are begging you to get DVD burners, to buy blank DVDs, and to make as many copies as possible. We're going to have a DivX version and other versions for download at PrisonPlanet.tv for members, so you can burn it to disc and give it to everyone you know. The people are ready to hear the truth. They're ready to be fully awakened. They're ready to learn who their enemy is. And Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, does just that. It's available on DVD at Infowars.com, or again, go to PrisonPlanet.tv and sign up. You can also share your passcode with as many as 5 other people. It's coming out April 15th. You can also call toll-free to order the DVD of this film, 888-253-3139.
And Mark, I believe in this country. I believe in humanity in general. And I know that there are a lot of well-meaning, ignorant people out there that believe in climate change, that don't understand that it's really about not only a global government, folks, but about population control, about population reduction, about getting into every facet of your life. And this film exposes that, amongst other things. A lot of people are just misguided of what their modes of control are. If they can't get you with the war, they're going to try to get you with the environment. That's what this false left-right paradigm is, and that's why it's so crucial to break that paradigm, Mark.
Yes, and I myself, it's embarrassing for me to admit this, but at the onset of the war in Iraq, I still was not awakened to 9/11. I was still not awakened to the false flag terrorism. I was just a typical college kid. And I remember on my college campus there were some people protesting the onset of the war, right before Operation Shock and Awe, and they had a microphone, and people could get up there and say their piece about why we should do this. And I ran up there, and I grabbed the microphone, and I said, you people don't know what's going on. I said, you spend most of your time watching MTV and reading Us Weekly. I said, you need to just trust our leaders, and they have more information and more knowledge than you do. So if they want to go to war, I'm sure that there's a good reason. And there was a good reason. It was just not the reason that I had thought at that time. And I had well-meaning intentions. I was using my extreme extroverted self to go up there and do what I thought needed to be done to put these people down. And I'm very embarrassed about that now, because now that I realize the bigger picture, I see the error of my ways. And so I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that are like me, like you, that are really passionate and want to do good, and just think that Sean Hannity's a great American, and we need to help wake those people up and to get them on our side. And it might be a slow process, but I think, look at how far we've come now. I mean, I was downloading films off of BearShare and streaming them. This is before YouTube, and it's so much easier now. We can grab somebody's attention so much faster than we did even just 4 years ago.
And that's why they're going after the internet. They do realize that the internet does pose a great threat to them, not just WikiLeaks, not just Cryptome, but really Google Video was shut down because of the success of Loose Change Final Cut, and then it started happening with Terror Storm and Endgame, and even films like Zeitgeist got too big for their britches, and they had to literally shut that down and put you in this new YouTube paradigm with the two companies merging. You can't even upload anything to Google Video. Folks, I uploaded my last movie to Google Video. I couldn't get any stats on it. I was number 2 in the world within 24 hours of the release. I was number 1 in the world within 48 hours of release, and then I just disappeared for the page for an entire week, Mark, where I couldn't even find myself in the top 1,000.
No, and the Big Brother grid I see as a part of the film, and it's incredible. People think that organizations or systems like Echelon is some sort of a conspiracy theory, but it's very true, and we're really, as bad as it is now with the Big Brother scenario and with their magic memory holes, it's getting worse. And it's interesting, a lot of people may use terminology from George Orwell's 1984 novel, such as memory hole, Big Brother, Orwellian, thought police. All of these terms were actually coined by George Orwell in his novel that was published in 1949. And it's so crazy because he so accurately predicted. It's almost prophetic what his book has done. I mean, here's a description of him talking about telescreens. A lot of people may be familiar with this. Other audience members may not, which are the screens that he wrote about that watched and listened everybody into society. And this is what he wrote in 1949. Quote, the telescreen received and transmitted simultaneously. Any sound that Winston made above the level of a low whisper would be picked up by it. Moreover, so as long as he remained within the field of vision of the metal plaque, he could be seen as well as heard. He had to did live, from habit that became instinct, in the assumption that every sound you made was overheard, and except in darkness, every movement scrutinized. And that's what's happening. We have all the cameras over the streets. Now, I'm sure you cover this in the film, and putting cameras in school bathrooms. They're putting cameras in private citizens' homes.